Have you ever gotten a spiritual checkup, like a physical, but for spirituality? It can really help. So let's do it. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a deep skeptic, also a pastor. So I've been helping people connect with the divine and find the beliefs that work for them, that help them be the best version of themselves and find a purpose greater than themselves for well over 2 decades. And this practice can be incredibly helpful. So let's just sort of do it together. We're just going to pretend that we're in an office or maybe sitting out here in the forest talking about spirituality. And I've got some questions for you. My first question is, how's it going? Like inside you. When you think about your soul or your experience of God or spirituality, how does that feel right now? Does it feel good? Do you feel connected or disconnected? Is there something else? Like, how would you describe how it is with your soul or spirit right now? If you want to pause in these little breaks, that could be helpful just to give you some time to reflect. Here's the next question. What are you doing right now to connect with the divine, God, or the universe? What are your spiritual practices that you're sort of intentionally engaging in right now? It may be done, that's okay, but what are you doing? Now, I want you to think back in your past to the time that you felt sort of most spiritually connected, most engaged. And I want you to think about what you were doing then. Not just in spirituality, but in your life in general. We'll get to the spirituality part in just a second. But what was your life like? What did you do to relax? Where did you connect with people? What was the rest of your life like? And now let's stay in that moment, the moment where you felt more connected with God, the most connected to the divine that you have felt in your life. What did you do to engage spiritually? Like, what were your spiritual practices? What worked for you then? And I'd actually like for you to make a list of those spiritual practices that worked for you in the past, and a list for any spiritual practices that seem to be working for you now. And if we were together, we'd look at the list from the past and we'd talk about, okay, that worked in the past. What could be a similar thing that could work right now? Maybe the exact same thing would work right now, but a lot of times we grow and change. And yet when we look back on the past, we see a practice and we're like, yeah, I could never do that again. But it sort of indicates that one of the ways I connect with God is in nature or through reading or whatever. So what is the way that you could do that today? So I'd like for you to take those practices and sort of translate them into today. All right, so now the fun part. Now I want you to sort of put them in order of interest from the most interesting to the least interesting. And I want you to talk to me about what your life schedule is. When do you have time to do things? And if those things involve other people, who are the other people that might be interesting to do them with? And then we're going to talk about when. Actually, when can you do one of them? And the hope is that you could find a time to do one thing each week, or at least every other week, from now until you get to the end of the list. And after you do each thing, I love to process with you. You could send me an email. We could set up another coffee date and see what you felt. Why it was good or bad, or how it sparked your imagination or not. And yeah. This is the kind of thing that we do in this weird kind of church thing we call Not Church. It happens on Discord, and you can find the details about it, where you find links for all the creators on here. Because if you say the P word, the algorithm just doesn't like it, but you know where it is.